okay, this person's friend may be a genius. Like, they truly may be a genius for what they shared with them, and then they chose to comment this on a video. So, comment stated, my friend told me the other day, don't buy what you like, buy what you'll wear. And I was like, psh, whatever. Okay, that was my initial snap reaction to this as well, until you let the statement just sit with you for a second. And then it hit me that really, I think that they're a genius because, yes, in sneakers, well, at least for some of us, we will advocate to buy what you like. All too often in footwear, people aren't doing that. They're buying whatever maybe an influencer is telling them they should buy and don't sleep on, and this is a must have. They're seeing on the publications or what's a top 10 for the year so far. And so that will drive possibly your buying behavior for sneakers. But you truly do need to focus on buying what you like. I would go a step further, buying what you love. Some of us just at a passing glance may like something, but when it just really catches hold of you, then yes, I think that's something you should explore, possibly adding to your closet. But we also know I've shifted in thinking, is it something you really need to add to your closet? I've taken the whole do you need it, because we don't need anything. I promise you will sleep just fine at night if you don't add whatever that new top, jacket, pair of pants, shoes. You'll sleep. You'll be okay. And if not, that's probably a bigger discussion that you need to have with someone. But that's a reality. Buy what you like. But I would caution that can get you into trouble. This is why I think this person is a genius. Buy what you'll wear. So there are two specific points I want to make in this video, and I definitely have some, I think, points to help drive these messages home. Number one, if you truly buy just what you like, without discernment, without ever pulling back to say no, but because I like it and I can afford it, I'm gonna buy it. One, you understand you're setting yourself up to have so many things that you likely won't get to even wearing in like a calendar year. And I know to a lot of Americans that doesn't seem like weird, like, oh, well, I'll just wear it next year. I think that's just because we live in so much excess that we don't think that's weird at all. We don't. Like in America, you buy more stuff, and instead of it actually being used or you pulling back, you just pay for a bigger place and more square footage to house more stuff, and you continue this cycle on. And then unfortunately, when you pass, those that are left behind have to deal with everything that you've accumulated over time. That's just that's a reality for a lot of people here in this country. But you might not even get to wearing it. Heaven forbid you work from home like me, you're definitely probably not wearing a lot of things out. So just please keep that in mind. If there's no discernment in terms of just what you like, how are you going to wear it all? The next point for that, you're likely feeding into every little influence on what you may want or what you may like in that moment. But in terms of your style, your actual lifestyle, does it have staying power? Because all of us will fall victim to one of these things. None of us are free of this, okay? FOMO is a real thing that happens, whether it's just manufactured by the brands or whatever. But FOMO is a real thing that can overpower everything in that moment. You could be influenced by hype. A little hype has gotten to all of us, okay? Like, it's a frenzy, it's excitement. That's also very normal as a human. The hype can get to you. I think also it does come to this, I want to please my inner child. And so the inner child now has a paycheck. And so you're just going to spend because you can. Not that you always should, but you can because, hey, I got it, so I'm going to spend it. All of these traps, okay, are things that you may want to avoid, especially if you get caught into whatever is trending right now. Those trends don't last. They're usually cyclical. They can come back around, but they don't always last. And so now you're having to swap out everything that you bought in this season for next season because it wasn't even true to your style. Like, it had zero staying power. You get where I'm going with this? My second point, I'm always the person that is really practical, okay? I get teased about this, but I am very practical. I am a very pragmatic person. I will pose the question to anyone, so what's the point of that? What's the purpose of this? I will. And I'm the individual where I don't like having just a whole lot of clutter just out in my actual living space. I don't. I am the person that likes the clean counters and all of that. That is me. That is absolutely positively me. When you're creating on the side, it's not always the easiest thing to be able to do or adhere to. But pragmatism and being practical. If you approach a lot of things in life, but certainly I think your wardrobe, footwear, clothing this way, it just makes life so much easier. Okay? I think practically going about style, it matters. It absolutely matters. And why does it matter so much? One, I think it'll save you money. Two, don't fall into these actual pitfalls. Don't become victim. Don't become a victim of these actual pitfalls. It's easy to do, so let's touch on them. I think runways are notorious for pulling the emotion out of us. You're in awe, you are excited, whatever that designer has done. I mean, you just applaud them. And then you think that you possibly should get that item. And I can use Fear of God just as an example, right? He did an entire show, okay, in Los Angeles, an entire show. Where exactly would you wear said item outside of that runway? Outside of an event that is meant to be maybe grandiose or over the top, where are you wearing said item? The answer is probably nowhere in your actual day-to-day life. And then whenever it comes to something that is runway related, I know a lot of people like to throw out that, well, this isn't for the broke people, or, well, if you ain't got it like that, just say that. Okay, that's fine. If y'all like to flex that your money is that long, I hope your retirement is that long as well, for being real. But the prices usually just don't correlate to anything pragmatic in like your income or your budget. It just doesn't. Like, if I were to sit here and spend $1,000 on a pair of pants, I truly do not care about the thought that you're not wearing the same thing again. Oh, no, sweetheart. Those pants are being worn every day, all day for like a month. If I'm sitting here and I'm spending that amount of money, because listen, there are no pants that I'm going to do that for. It's just not whatsoever. I have Fear of God pants that were tagged at like $600 some dollars. I can promise you I didn't pay that. I probably would. You know what? I wouldn't pay what I paid right now. I just still don't think that I would. I don't. This also ties into, I think, runways or just the styling, the lookbooks that you see, okay? These are models. Let's walk with me with my little short legs, okay? Because I'm only 5'6". What that item, how that item drapes, falls, looks, is styled on that model, it's not necessarily going to be you, okay? And I'm just talking about clothing right now. It's not necessarily going to look the same on you. There are times where sneakers still don't look the same, okay? I've seen so many men and even women that are bigger sizes, and they'll say, that looks cute on that smaller foot. That looks cute. Not for me. I've seen this. If anyone is like a 12 or higher, they automatically have certain pairs they will not wear. They will not wear because it elongates their foot way too much and they don't like that top down look. They just feel like they're in clown shoes, and I 100% understand that and respect it. I think this also goes for fashion and clothing, okay? I myself fell victim to this. Why I thought the Fear of God Nike shoot-around shirt, like the shooting shirt that zips up and didn't have a collar. I don't know why I thought that would be something practical for my life, but it wasn't. I had it for a whole fall and winter season. Didn't wear it. So, yeah, it's gone. Don't have it anymore. It's gone. They're both. I sold them both. So, thinking how something looks on an individual, and think of yourself and just think of your everyday life. Is it really going to work? Probably not. Or if it does, great. But if it's not, if you have to really ask yourself that question, maybe pass on it. Now, this is related directly to footwear, and I've seen someone comment this recently, and we've probably heard something relative to 80% and 20%, and it could be also in a number of different things. But just for footwear, based on your closet right now, I think a lot of us, if we're honest, out of our whole collection, there's probably like 20% of the sneakers we own right now that truly see wear. They touch the ground all the time. It's probably close to like a 20-80 ratio, maybe 25-75. If you're somebody that's 50-50, I have a lot of respect for you. When you have a smaller collection, it's also way easier to be able to have a more sensible ratio. But for a lot of us, it's going to be 20%. Maybe they touch the pavement all the time, and it's like 80% that they don't. We make a decision of when we pull them out. Is it this holiday? Does this sneaker make sense for this theme or this event? It's just reality. So when you go to buy a new sneaker, I would caution you with this. Maybe just ask yourself, which side of the ratio would this sneaker really fall under? Because the ones that we don't wear a whole lot, I would argue they probably are not really pragmatic to our everyday lifestyle or just our style in general as much as we would like to admit. I know this is a difficult conversation to have with yourself because it was difficult for me to just start having the other day, but just think about that. If it's a new sneaker coming in, how closely related will this sneaker be to the pairs that you wear all the time? Because if it's not, if it's something just far outside the realm of that, how often are you really going to wear it? And then that takes us right back to cost per wear for a shoe. And that's a recent video I did. If you have not checked that out, please do, because it changed the thought pattern, I think, for some of you in relation to buying sneakers. And I'm glad that I could spark anything within you guys in terms of maybe how you're going about picking up shoes. A lot has changed for me within the last year. I'm happy about it. We're having these discussions. There's certainly just more commentary and, again, just having a discussion with you guys as we connect over sneakers. But I think it's good to maybe shift how you think about things. And hey, maybe this comment, just like it did when that individual shared what their friend said, buy what you'll wear, not what you like. I think they're pretty genius. So please go ahead and comment your thoughts below. This was certainly a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but anytime you spend over here, I really appreciate it. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.